Surprise!
Here we are.
The record button.
It's on.
Accidentally started recording. Let's do that again. Hey, welcome to the channel. If you are new around here and just finding us, my name's Thad.
My name's Kaila.
And together we are the Off-Grid Dreamers. And about 3 years ago, we were living a regular life, I guess that's what you would call it, in a house in a neighborhood with regular jobs. And we were just feeling this urge to do something different, to live differently. And so it went from an urge to really giving it some serious contemplation.
Yeah, we were newlyweds, so that also helped, and just helped fuel our wanting to be together. And we just saw that so many people were going off in their separate ways every day, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that we really liked each other and we actually wanted to spend time together. And, you know, maybe that would change down the road, but right then we actually did. And we do still do. We like spending time together.
We spend a lot of time together.
And you miss me when I'm gone. We're just both really big dreamers and adventurers and like switching things up. And even when we were dating, I know a lot of the talks that we had were about going and seeing places and trying things, and even just all the things we had done in our life. We just both realized we weren't the stay in one place, go in separate directions type people.
So we started thinking crazy stuff. We started thinking about selling not only our house, but literally selling everything we own, just about. I mean, we had a giant Facebook marketplace garage sale and pretty much got rid of most of all of our worldly possessions, household possessions. We hung on to the basics, and we ended up buying a truck and a fifth wheel, a big toy hauler, which we'll show you more of what that thing looks like here in depth.
Really big.
Yeah, if we could do the old roll back the clock to tell our 3 years ago selves some advice,
I would do things a little bit different.
We wouldn't have got a 46-foot toy hauler. We would have went just a wee bit smaller, but we've got some cool things in the works. But we sold it all, went off on an adventure to figure out if we could really do life off the grid, unplugged, and more than even just unplugged from the grid, unplugged from kind of traditional living. And I think a lot of people probably thought we were a little bit crazy.
And there was times in the first 6 months that we thought we might have been a little bit crazy. There was certainly some hurdles and challenges, things that we didn't know. I had done a lot of camping in my life, but I've never actually had an RV or lived in an RV or even used an RV.
Time out. Did you guys catch that? We sold our house, sold everything we owned, and me and my newlywed wife moved into a gigantic toy hauler to go live off grid, not go to campgrounds, not go to RV parks, but to live totally unplugged, boondock, stay out of everything, with a woman who has never owned a camper before.
Or been in one.
Or ever even stayed the night in one. I didn't know that until after our adventure had started. Okay, back to your problems.
So things that I didn't think about were water management, like, do I have enough water to shower or do dishes? Or what would that look like? How long are we going to be here for? Where do we get access to water next? Things like grocery stores. A lot of times I would run out of something and we might be in the middle of nowhere and there are no place to buy anything. And so just learning how to plan ahead. Things like power management. So can I blow dry my hair? Can I not? That was always a question.
In the early days, it was pretty much a firm no.
Yeah, pretty much.
We just did not have the setup in the beginning for the luxuries of blow dryers.
Which I don't use very often, but the occasional time I want to get gussied up. But that was a hard no most times. Black tank. Hey, this place is really great and we want to stay, but we can't because we're full and we
need to find somewhere to get rid of the number
to get rid of it. What's that, noise management?
Everybody's favorite game in our new house that rolls down the road and gets smashed around like an earthquake. The new game is, what's that noise? Is that a new noise? Is it supposed to make that sound? It hasn't all been problems. There have been so many amazing things, and we can't wait to show you and tell you about some of the perks of this off-grid life that we've been living these last few years, and give you a glimpse at some of our favorite places and the things that we do really love about living this way. Hello, like, can you see this? Not in a million years would we be able to afford property like this, and yet we get to live in places like this all the time. We get to see just absolutely incredible landscapes in God's amazing creation, from the Yukon territories to southeast Alaska, to glaciers, to the Rocky Mountains of Canada, to the rugged and incredible desert landscapes of Arizona and Utah. And it's just been amazing, the places we've been able to go, the kind of property we've been able to own without any mortgage or payments. It's been pretty incredible. But a lot more than the places too has been the people.
Yeah, the people and the relationships, just the richness that we've been able to drive in our relationships has been such an incredible blessing. We've been able, again, we were why can't I say that? We were newlyweds, and we hadn't spent a lot of time with each other's family, and this gave us the opportunity, instead of just picking like, okay, we've got 2 weeks off, where are we going to go or who are we going to see, we actually got to just spend as much time as we wanted with family and friends. And a lot of our travels revolved not around just places, but about people. And we got to go hang out with your kids and stepkids and my mom and friends and your mom and your sister and your brother. And we actually, and not just landing in their space and kind of it being potentially awkward because we don't really know each other that well, but we actually got to spend time there and do things with them and go through experiences. And sometimes we stayed a week in place, sometimes it was a weekend, sometimes it was a month, sometimes it was 3 months. And it was just so incredible that the richness, like I said, of the relationships grew because we could actually spend time. And I know even with your siblings, like that was something that you felt closer to your siblings than you had in most of your life.
Yeah.
And it's just really fantastic that we can actually do that, and we don't have to pick and choose. And if we want to go visit someone, or if a friend needs help or a family member needs help, we can just hook up the RV and start trekking and park wherever we can park close enough to there and help them out. And so that's been an incredible blessing too.
Yeah, it has been amazing. And over the last few years on the road, we've learned a lot, and we have made a lot of improvements. I'm excited to show you a couple of those improvements. Well, our first year out, we didn't know if we could, afford solar and all of the stuff. We didn't know enough about it to know if it was worth us spending the money on. We weren't sure how we were going to actually live out on the road as we traveled and did life unplugged. And so we lived off of a couple of generators, our onboard generator, and then a small little Harbor Freight Predator generator, which we mostly used, the little generator, to just keep things cheap. Over time, we realized pretty quick that we wanted to be remote. We wanted to be in very out of the way places, and we wanted the boondock. We didn't want to go to campgrounds. We didn't want to go to RV parks. We wanted to be out in nature. And in order to do that, we needed solar, we needed batteries, we needed an education, and we needed help. And so it went through several iterations. It started off with, kind of phase one, plan A, which I think a lot of people do when they go out and do these sorts of things. I learned a lot and put a system together with lithium batteries and solar, and then it worked. But I also learned pretty quick that there was a lot I didn't know. By the grace of God, we met some awesome people at Big Beard Battery, Todd and Stephanie, who became friends and just great resource to help us learn about solar and batteries and inverters and charge controllers and wire sizes. And
there's a whole dictionary for off-grid living that we now have that we didn't know existed before.
It was a big learning curve, but it went a lot easier when you had help from experts.
Yeah.
And so we were able to go and spend time at their place in Texas and get revamped on our entire system. So we are rocking great solar, great inverter powers. We're rocking great Big Beard Battery power to the tune of 3, 6, 9, 12. I had to math. 1,200 amp hours of awesomeness. And it has completely changed the way we live over the last several months since we've had all of the latest and greatest upgrades. We go months.
I don't have to ask about the hair dryer anymore.
Yeah, no
I
permission.
Can just dry my hair.
No checking if you can do the hair dryer. In fact, there's not even any checking if you can turn on the air conditioner,
and
right?
The microwave.
And the microwave. You could even do it at the same time if you needed to. We have power for days. Well, one of the cool things about 3 years of RV living and being totally unplugged and boondocking, gosh, I think the year before last, we boondocked 175 days, totally unplugged, and then a few days of mooch docking where we were plugged in at friends' places. We're well over that this year, way more unplugged life. But what it's done is it's given us not only a knowledge and understanding of how to live off-grid and unplugged and differently and simpler, but it's given us the confidence that we could do this even in a different capacity, which is something we're really excited about. Just recently, we were able to buy property in Northwest Arizona, which is
far away from here.
It is about as polar opposite from the Canadian Rockies and the glacier blue water that's behind us as you can get. But we bought several acres in Northwest Arizona with a little tiny house on it, and just enough to be the makings of a beginning of a different kind of off-grid living. And we're super excited about it, but we're also feeling pretty comfortable going into it. It's not something I think we would have tackled years ago, but now, having lived the way we lived, we know, like, we can roll up anywhere and know how to live comfortably without all of the amenities of a normal neighborhood or, normal life. But so not only are we comfortable, but we're really looking forward to some of the things that adding that to our lifestyle is going to bring some new value to our life.
Yeah. And it was just, even though we're on the road a lot, we wanted to share this experience as much as we could with other people. But it's hard to bring people with you. And so we thought, well, what can we do to kind of make a hybrid of that? We can't really bring our family and friends with us everywhere we go. And so we thought, well, what if we could do some type of off-grid property and in a place where it is also just a really big blessing to our friends and family. So most of our friends and family, Thad's from North Idaho originally. I'm from Canada, Thunder Bay, Ontario, which is in the middle of Canada, which is very cold. But most of our family is spread out across Canada and across northern the US. And we just wanted something that could bless them, giving them a cool place to go. And
a warm place to go in the winter.
In the winter, yes.
Yeah.
And so that's why we chose that area. And yes, it's very different from here, but we just wanted it to be a blessing to our friends and family, and also for them to experience a little bit about how we live and just all the cool things you can do in really cool remote places that aren't, downtown in the middle of a neighborhood.
So in the weeks and months to come, we're going to invite you to come with us on the journey through kind of more of our travels as we go around Canada and through some of the most beautiful country in all of North America. We're going to share some of these off-grid adventures with you, but we're also going to be working towards the big move and migration of some of our belongings and stuff down to the off-grid property in Arizona. And then we're going to bring you along on the journey of actually developing that property, sharing more of the dream and what it's going to take to build it out, from roads to RV pads to cabins to all the stuff we don't even know about yet. Just like a few years ago, we had no idea what we were getting into to go full-time in a 46-foot toy hauler. We're about to go on an adventure of, we have no idea what we're getting into living off-grid in Northwest Arizona.
But we want you to come on that journey with us.
If nothing else, I guarantee you'll have some laughs.
Yes.
Because there's always random rabbit trails and mishaps.
And we always have fun, even if we have no clue what we're doing.
For sure. For sure. So we're excited for you guys to discover our channel, to get a chance to meet us, learn a little bit about us, and to see some of the amazing life we're living. If you've got questions about how to go off-grid or live in an RV full-time or organize, or which RV is the right one to buy, or you just want to talk to somebody that's been doing it for a while, definitely drop us a comment. We would love to hear from you. If there's anything we can do to be helpful, we would love to lend a helping hand.
And we also just want to get to know who's watching. So I mean, if you are living an off-grid life, drop that in the comments. If you've thought about it and you really want to but you haven't yet, how about that? Or if you're in an RV or wherever you're at, we'd love to know.
Tell us what's up. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, I am very excited to go jump in that lake.
My Canadian wife is part Eskimo, and she's gonna go swim in the ice water. I'm gonna dip a toe in it, and then I'm
grab our dogs.
And then I'm probably gonna scream like a girl and sit on the shore where it's warm, because this boy ain't made for ice water. All right, ready? Let's go. goes. Here comes Odie to the rescue. He's like, "What's going on, Mom? What are you doing out there?" This may be a bad idea.
Good boy.
Right here.